The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
You are back on The Local Show, and that means we are too. We've been talking with Dr. Marc Pietropaoli, and despite Steve being here, he's still stuck around.
I did take him off course a few times.
Yeah, really. So back to the genetics conversation. Now, my dad does not have arthritis in his family, and he's 83 years old.
Just to be clear, guys, this is the part where Tom makes every health issue about him. Go ahead, Tom.
This is about my dad.
No, it's coming.
So he doesn't have arthritis, but he's been a musician for 50 plus years, right?
So yeah, I mean, and genetics plays a part, overuse, I mean, and just age, wear and tear, just like a tread on a tire. So you can't, in some ways, if you live long enough, you're going to wear down that, some of that tread. And some people are more prone to it than others. Now, and you could also make the argument, if he didn't do all that exercise and didn't play the saxophone and all that, he might have got arthritis a lot sooner and be a lot worse off.
Right. Is Tom more prone to have that because his dad had it?
Yeah. Your mom, your dad, I mean, who knows what you ended up with,
Right.
But we can tell you what diet's best for you. I know how to do that.
Which is good, yeah. So when people do have arthritis, and somebody had asked me about this, I said, Dr. Pietropaoli can take care of you and get rid of that arthritis. Was I wrong in saying that?
Yes, in that, I mean, once you have arthritis, but can we make it better? So arthritis is where the cartilage on the end of the bone wears down. So we can maybe grow back some of that with the regenerative medicine techniques we use. We also can take care of and repair the problems in the bone underneath the cartilage where it gets soft, especially in knees. You get these soft spots, and that causes a lack of support for the cartilage over the top, and the cartilage over the top breaks down like a pothole. So if we take care of that under surface, the bone, we can actually either prevent the arthritis if we catch it early enough, prevent it. We can either stop the progression of it or slow it down significantly, and we almost always do that. And then we also will put some in the joint to try to grow back some cartilage, but that's not perfect yet. So there are some studies that show it may grow back some of the cartilage, and it probably does, but it will not make an 81-year-old knee look like an 18-year-old knee. So if, for instance, we were talking at the end of that last session about that lady who came in from the CARE conference, and so she had a hip replacement on one side, and when they were putting it in, they cracked the bone. And then that slowed down it took her a long, long time to recover. So she heard us talking at that conference, and she wanted to come in to get her right hip evaluated. She came in yesterday. We spent a long time listening to her whole history. So I spent like an hour with her just to start with. And maybe normally she would get 7 minutes, right, on average. And so then we did new set of x-rays on her, which did show some arthritis. So she asked that exact question that you asked: can you grow back new cartilage? Well, I said, well, we're going to get the MRI. We also looked in there with an ultrasound so she could see everything moving live. We could see there was swelling in there. We could see some damage to her tendons and her muscles, and we can see the fluid inside there. So we get the MRI, and the MRI shows there's some of these bones, these soft spots in the bone.
Okay.
So we know the cartilage is worn down. I can maybe get some of that to grow back, but the goal eventually is to prevent that from getting to that point. But we can get some of that to grow back, but we're going to help the bone heal so it doesn't get worse. We're going to make her muscles stronger. She got a full hour appointment with one of our total body fitness specialists. She was able to walk up and down the stairs just after one visit. So we're going to work with her for 24 visits. We're going to inject into the bone, inject into the joint as well, and do more of a comprehensive program than just saying, oh, we're going to give you a shot and we're going to cure your arthritis.
How do you convince people that have been told over and over again they're going to need a knee replacement? Because you're coming at it from a totally different position, and it's it's kind of like saying it tastes like chicken and someone never had chicken.
Right.
How do they identify with it?
Well, I have a great question for you. How well did I do at that care conference? So you were there. Did you understand what I was trying to say?
Let me not brag about him too much. Okay, I'm going to brag about it a little bit. He spoke for maybe 20, 25 minutes, and then his time was up, and John Murphy stood up and said, "Hey, do people want to hear a little more?" They're like, "Yeah." Explaining it because it was common, and I think the dots were connecting with people.
Yeah, I mean, I think the dots connect in that most people have been through months and months and months and years of going to their primary care, and then take medication, and then go get an X-ray, but you got to go down the street, and you don't hear the results for several weeks, and then when they get the results, they say, yeah, you got arthritis, you need a knee replacement. I'm going to send you to an orthopedic surgeon. Then the orthopedic surgeon says, well, can't get a knee replacement. Insurance wants you to do physical therapy first. So you got to wait 4 to 6 weeks for that, and then you come back and you say, I want an MRI, and they say, well, we can get the MRI, and they order it, but it takes 9 to 15 weeks to get an MRI, ordered and the results back, and by the time all that goes on, we can have you through a program and have you feeling better already. And then the standard orthopedic surgeon is just going to say, like I said, you have two options. One, you can get a knee replacement, or you can just suck it up and you'll come back and see me. So I think the way I connect with people is just say there is a third option. There is repair. It's not for everybody. We have to do this comprehensive diagnostic evaluation first to see if you're a candidate, but it's for most people. And so, give it a shot. If you want to come in and at least get evaluated, we call it a comprehensive diagnostic evaluation. You'll know at the end of the day what is going on. You'll have a plan. You can say yes, no, or you can go ahead, and go with it. But at least you'll know at the end of the day what's wrong.
In my fitness world, a lot of my fitness influencers will talk about building stronger bones by putting pressure on the bone, strength training. So whether you're doing squats, curls, or whatever, how does that work? Without putting too much pressure on the joint. If you're squatting, how does it build more calcium or more vitamin D or make stronger bones?
Well, you have to take the right nutrients in. As long as you're getting those nutrients, then how does it do it? Well, stronger muscles are going to support your bones and help your bones be stronger, but also just the exercise, right? Increasing blood flow. The more blood flow, the bad stuff goes out, more good stuff comes in. So, and then also impact loading or weight bearing exercise stimulates your bone. Bone has pressure sensitive nerve fibers. It has vibration sensors in it. Yeah. And so when you walk or when you do impact loading exercises and even strengthening exercises, because they put some pressure on it, that will stimulate bone to get stronger and grow itself stronger, respond to the stress. So as long as you don't overstress it and do it too quickly, if you go too much too soon, you're going to get a stress fracture or a stress injury. But if you go slowly and gradually, your body will respond slowly and gradually. And as we're older, it's even slower and more gradual, but it still works.
Right.
So your body responds to stress, not overstress. So understress, weakness, fatness, overstress, tendinitis, fractures, stress fractures, the right amount of stress, just like Goldilocks,
right in the middle.
And then your bones get stronger and you're healthier.
Dr. Pietropaoli.
You need an expert to teach you to get you through that. So that's what we do.
He's clearly passionate about this, Tom. But we got news at the top of the hour. So we appreciate you coming. Dr. Pietropaoli, victoryinmotion.com, 685-7544. Maybe you're interested in that evaluation, that one-day deal where they can run it all down. And thanks for joining us, Tom. Looks like we're out of time, buddy.